This mutation is called Well Trained and it is played on Oblivion Express. We have 3 mutators active, we have Inspiration, Aggressive Deployment, and we have Avenger. So let us have a look at the masteries while the players get set up. We have 30 points into the Royal Guard support, 30 points into the Royal Guard cost reduction, and 30 points into the starting mandate mastery. And then we have 30 points into structure, HP, 30 points into the repair beam, and 30 points into the initial spear of Dune energy mastery. Mengsk is playing the principal proletariat prestige, which is the Royal Guard prestige, and Karax playing the Solarite Celestial, and these two guys are just duking it out amongst each other. Now, one thing to note is I did notice that the orbital strikes were being used to clear this expansion. If Karax actually attacks these things here, he can actually take out, if he targets his orbital strikes right in between these two rocks, you can see over here that there's a little bit of a spot here, and likewise as well for that one, he can actually clear all his rocks in 30 shots of the orbital strike, which is a little bit easier to deal with. So if you are playing Karax, this is pretty much the optimal expansion for you. It just basically clears your gases out as well. I think this is the only map, and that is the only position where you can clear your gas rocks plus your main rocks with your orbital strikes. So do bear that in mind if you're going to be playing Karax on this mutation. So the mutators here, these ones are going to be pretty difficult. You will want to play commanders that do have a lot of tankiness to them, but you also want to play commanders that have a lot of sustained damage. So commanders with a lot of burst damage don't really do very well. So, a commander like Zagara, for example, would be struggling a lot on this mutation because, yeah, she does have the burst damage, but you're dealing with aggressive deployment drops, and you're dealing with these things that are giving off these Avenger stacks. Your units are getting tankier, and then you have, like, Inspiration added as well, so that, hybrids start increasing the attack speed and the armor of the stuff that's next to them. It just makes it like you need a lot of consistent damage output. So do take that into consideration when you are trying to pick a commander for this mutation. Obviously, the overpowered commanders like Zeratul, Stetman, they should have absolutely no issues, but commanders like Zagara may be struggling a little bit on this mutation. So overall, really, everything pretty much standard. We have already 2 starports coming out for Mengsk, and he is going to be making his blimps to share the glory that is he with his conscripts. The first attack wave has spawned and will be making its way towards the bases right now. And one thing to note as well about this game is if you are thinking, oh, I'm gonna probably follow along, this is gonna be a meme run. This is why I'm casting this game. It's gonna be a very, very meme-like run. So all I can say is do not try this at home. These guys are trained mutation memers, and already they have started to do the things that would trigger a lot of people. So this thing over here, this Imperial Mandate thing, it doesn't generate mandate for the workers, so it doesn't really help. Putting a blimp over your allies' mineral line does not give you more mandate. And in addition to that as well, there's a little bit of carnage going on here already. But in addition to this, all it does is basically makes the probes move faster. And if you're at mineral saturation, if you're already saturated your mineral line, you are getting absolutely no benefits for that. So there we go. So we have a little bit of a transfer right now for some workers, and this probe has just watched all his buddies get slaughtered. The first train has spawned, and we'll be going through the map. What is Karax's plan? Now, Karax should be able to clear this entire train out by himself, but the Zealots are taking a little bit of an interest on this probe. First shot coming up here, second shot as well is weakening this, and we have the Dogs of War being utilized here by Mengsk, and you can see here, just take a look at the sentry just tanking all these Zerglings like a boss. That sentry was just not going down, and that is exactly what I was talking about. These buffs by themselves are not particularly difficult, but when they combine in just a certain way, it just makes it so much more difficult to deal with. And this train, I do not think this train will end up going down. The next attack wave has already spawned, so Karax is trying to defend a little bit, but again, this should actually end up getting cleared out without any problems. But take a look at this train. This train has just not taken like any damage whatsoever. Karax is trying to take this out as well. Aggressive deployment drop has already been spawned, and we'll be going up over here. And over here we do have a Zealot that is also doing a little bit of harass. This photon cannon pretty much stands no chance. It's gonna get completely surrounded by a bunch of Zealots, and there is an attack wave coming up as well now, and this is going to get really, really nasty. Sky Fury has been spawned right now. And it is going to try and take out this train. I think it might be able to get this, but this attack wave is right on top of Mengsk's main, and that bunker is going to end up going down. Purifier being utilized as well. Sky Fury going to be falling back now to try and help deal with this. And over here, another bunch of Zealots just harassing Karax. And this game is off to an absolutely wonderful start so far. Second train has spawned right now. And there is a calm before the storm. Everything has just gone quiet. Nothing happening. No attacks, no ping markers. Everything is quiet. But the typhoon is on the way in the form of a train, and there's probably going to be some more aggressive deployment drops as well. So that poor probe has gotten slaughtered by the one Zealot, so there's another probe that's coming to join this. This gas has still not been, these gas rocks are still not gone yet, but I think there are bigger issues at hand. So Mengsk is getting ready. Okay, there's an aggressive deployment drop that spawned right on underneath these Sky Furies, so that ends up getting cleared out by Karax's solar lens. But that train has a lot of scary units over there. If these things land, they are just gonna get completely shredded by these immortals. You'll have to deal with that. And now there's a Zealot run by as well over here. Zealots are doing a little bit of harass here. There's a very Maru-esque kind of drop in the mineral line, and Amon is actually murdering some more of these workers, and they're still there. Some more photon. Okay, another photon cannon getting dropped over here with a shield barrage to try and stall these Zealots for a while, but that immortal dealing a lot of damage, and you can take a look. These Sky Furies are not able to deal with this. They're just very nice micro though being used here to get these things to bounce up and down and just draw aggro of this immortal, but unfortunately there is an attack wave that is making its way towards these unknowing Sky Furies, and I don't think these guys are going to be able to get it. They will have to fly, otherwise bad things are going to happen to them, and that attack wave is right there already. Okay, so there is a usage of Solar Lance here to try and weaken these things out. Immortals are going to be running through, and the Sky Furies will go and deal with this, and now these Immortals are absolutely terrifying. They are moving so fast, but good orbital strike usage over there dealing with those Immortals, and these Sky Furies are just trying to catch this train right now. Train goes down. And so far so good. There's one very angry Rage-a-lot over here. So the Rage-a-lot will actually beat this photon cannon. Okay, another Rage-a-lot attack here. That guy is just gonna end up taking this. Okay, there's another. This must be an aggressive deployment drop. I think it's an aggressive deployment drop here. Lots of Zealots over here as well. And now one Solar Lance getting used. And those Avenger sacks get given out to all these Zealots, and that is the end of Karax's mineral line, which is very unfortunate right now. So the Sky Furies come in to help, and over here, Purifier Beam getting utilized, and this is going to be giving out some more Avenger stacks as well to the escort wave. I do not know how they're going to engage this thing, because there's a lot of scary units over here. So the scouts do end up going down, and there's just take a look at the damage there. Like, this thing is just getting completely melted right now. And there are some more Zealots over here, some more Zealots going down, some more Avenger stacks being given out. I think they will finally be able to beat this, but there is a hybrid as well. This hybrid is going to be causing a few issues with the inspiration buff, but I think this train now will finally end up going down, and that should not be too bad. So I'm going to just show the train damage as well. I'm going to put up the kills and the train damage so far. So you can see that Mengsk is the one that is actually dealing most of the train damage. 23,000 train damage dealt. A little bit less of the kills here because Karax is using his orbital strikes to deal with some more of these units. Oh, they're going for the bonus objective as well. Oh, I think they might actually be able to get it. These things deal so much damage to Massive, but decide to go against it because there is an attack wave over here that needs to be addressed. And it's kind of a shame because I was kind of hoping they would go for the... Oh, no, are they going for it? Where are they going? Okay, aggressive deployment drops available over here. These Immortals are going to be dealing a little bit of damage. Sky Furies are going to end up landing, and yeah, these Immortals are dealing so much damage to these Sky Furies because, like, yeah, it's just because the Sky Furies are armored. These Immortals are probably going to destroy Karax's Nexus here. Are they going to... Oh, the Nexus gets saved! Unfortunately, the blimp does not have that same fate. These Immortals, like, just look how fast they just shred through these bunkers and stuff. It's just stalling right now, just trying to make sure they do not end up getting wrecked by this. And Karax, unfortunately, sitting at 17 energy, does not have enough energy to cast a lot of his Spirit of Doom abilities that he would like. And again, one Rage Lot over here clearing out. Take your guesses, guys, as to how much carnage is going to be created by the end of the game. Because I have a feeling it's going to be really, really nasty. Repair Beam doing a lot of work, and I've said this so many times during cast. I really wish there was a stat that showed how much the Repair Beam was healing, because I think there's a lot of value. Look at the size of that Colossus. Like, that's the one thing I like about Avenger stacks, is like the units get a little bit larger, so it's kind of interesting to see how big a unit can get. And so what are these Skyfarers going to do? They are going to be landing a little bit, and there's a lifty move as well on some of these things. Some more aggressive deployment drops, and that scout dealing a little bit of damage to these probes as well. These poor probes just getting absolutely murdered by the one random run by scout over here. And over here, this is the other attack wave as well. That second train is just defended by a very strong escort. And this escort actually has gotten leashed to one of the pylons on the high ground. And now this escort wave is actually going to start pouring into Karax's base. Poor Karax. I feel so bad for Karax. He's just getting pounded into the ground by Amon's forces. And again, there's another Immortal over here. This Immortal will end up getting taken care of. But over here, Photon Cannon goes down. Some more Orbital Strike juice being utilized. There's just not enough energy, but I think he's able to at least deal a little bit of damage, clearing out some more of these units over here. And there is an attack wave coming up on the northern side. Over here, Mengsk is trying to deal with Strain, but he's not going to be able to do this. And there is an attack wave over here now again. And this attack wave is, again, no Avenger stacks right now, so it should not be too bad. But as soon as Karax starts to do this, there are going to be Avenger stacks given out to the units around it. And that is going to make it a little bit more difficult for Mengsk to deal with. And you can see the Skyfuries, just 1, 2 Skyfuries going down there. And that scout getting a little bit of good value, but that scout will get blasted out of the sky. So one train has escaped. The next train that escapes is going to be GG. The nuke is available as well. Aggressive deployment drop as well being spawned over here. Over here, this is okay. This is an attack. This is just borderline unfair. The aggressive deployment drop dropped here, and the Colossus. Now the one went down and gave its life to try and save the other. So these Colossi are going to start taking out this. These bros are trying to run away. They're like, no, don't kill me. Don't kill me, Avon. Because some of these probes have survived. Okay, a few of these probes have survived. And over here, these Skyfuries are going to be jumping in. And now Mengsk drops the nuke over here. I don't know how effective this nuke is going to be. It does clear out, you know, a significant chunk of this escort wave, but there's still some Colossi on the back there. But this train just ends up evaporating because these Skyfuries are very, very good when it comes to dealing with this. And now this thing is just going to be moving over here, and very nice pick off by Mengsk. So all is good over there. But this is not the end of it. There's still some run-bys over here. There's a random hybrid over here. And I think there's going to be another aggressive deployment drop coming up very, very soon. So hybrid will end up getting cleared out. And over here, that hybrid also getting cleared. And over here, this is going to be a little bit of some time. Lifty move on this one Sky Fury, but I think that is all okay. Okay, we have another attack wave coming up right now. So what is the plan? 2 shield batteries plus 3 photon cannons does not a defense make. Okay, so that is the first aggressive deployment drop, and unfortunately these scouts are going to be dealing a little bit of damage. Some orbital strikes being utilized over here, so that has been dealt with pretty well. Pure fire being utilized over here to try and at least soften the blow of this attack wave, which I think actually did like pretty well over here. You can see the Spirit of Doom damage here. 74,000 damage has been dealt by the Spirit of Doom. We do have a double spawn, a double train wave now, and both these trains have to be taken out, otherwise it is going to be game over for these players. So they will have to work a little bit harder. I don't think the nuke is going to be available in time. There's still about 2.5 minutes left on the nuke before the timer comes up. The Dogs of War will be available, but I have a feeling that it's not going to be helping very much against the Avenger plus Inspiration mutators are there, but we see these Sky Furies right now are rank 3 Sky Furies, and they are able to deal a lot of damage very quickly. So I think what's going to happen is Mengsk is just going to try and stall with the Sky. No, okay, yeah, I think he's going to try and stall with the Zerkalda and just focus fire down the strain. You can see how quickly he's just able to melt the strain. He's going to probably end up flying right here. And now there are a lot of upset hybrids, and there are a lot of upset attack units over here in this attack wave, but it also means that because the train is gone, this thing has disengaged, and now we'll just start attacking here. Just look at this hybrid. This thing has 2000 HP. So over here, Mengsk's Sky Furies are trying to deal with this. Remember that there's other train has to be dealt with as well. This hybrid, I don't know if there's anything that'll be able to take down this hybrid, because Mengsk will have to try and deal with this train as quickly. Oh, he's going for it. Okay, he's trying to look at him being a good ally, trying to defend his Karax buddy. So these hybrids will end up evaporating very quickly, because the Sky Furies, like I said, rank 3 Sky Furies are just ridiculously insane. They deal 71 plus 53 damage. I can't math on stream right now, but I think that is about 120 something damage, 125 damage or so. So absolutely insane amounts of damage that is being dealt by that. And now these Sky Furies have to try and deal with it. And just take a look at this train. Just watch how quickly this train just evaporates to these Sky Furies. But there is an attack wave over here right now, and Karax would be very wise to not use his abilities just yet until Mengsk is somewhat in position to try and help him, because the second he starts taking this out, the Avenger stacks will be given out to the units around them, and everything's going to start attacking faster, which is what's happening right now. But the Sky Furies are on the job, and they are ready to deal with the rest of this attack wave. Unfortunately, Karax loses his base, Mengsk loses his expansion as well, and it's just terrifying how quickly Avenger units can just take out your base. And over here, these poor probes being harassed again by the aggressive deployment drop, and a lot of these probes going down. It's just dealing so much damage. But I think that Zealot is okay. Look how quickly that Zealot is actually killing stuff off. Over here, there's just a random Colossus as well. Random Zealot. There is a train over here that needs to be also dealt with at some point. I don't know whenever it's convenient for these guys, but that needs to be handled very quickly as well. Mengsk does have the nuke available, so he might be able to use a nuke to cover for his army while he snipes the train, which is I think what will be happening right now. Yeah, so he's going to drop the nuke over here. Unfortunately, these hybrids are going to become absolutely massive because they're going to be getting the Avenger stacks up, but now the Sky Furies can actually fight against the Avenger units, because massive units do end up getting killed off. So hybrids and Immortals now no longer really an issue anymore. Especially armored, massive units, those things do really well. And Sky Furies is just going to fly into the air, kill off the rest of these Colossi. You can see they're just basically able to one-shot these things. But there is another attack wave over here. This attack wave is also massive, because this attack wave actually got near enough to the escort wave that was moving towards the base here. And now there is a Zerkal down, just trying to stall. Poor Karax losing his base. Did he lose all his probes? Okay, no, he didn't lose all his probes. Okay. So there's that last train that needs to be dealt with. Sky Furies are trying to help right now. This is all fine. Nothing bad is about to happen right now. Karax has just abandoned his main. He does not have access to Spear of Fidun, by the way. His Solar Forge has been damaged, so he's getting no energy regeneration now from that. And these Immortals are moving so fast. Karax has to try and snipe. Take your guesses as to the carnage, the final damage numbers over here. Cooldowns all being utilized, and just trying to focus us down right now because this attack wave is moving towards the expansion. And are they actually gonna get it? These hybrids are actually moving really fast, and this attack wave... Okay, this attack wave has engaged the Sky Furies, so that will cause them to be able to deal with this train. Everyone dropped to there's 29 total supply on this map. Not even close. But yeah, take your guesses as to the losses. This is what it is. The trains have been cleared. Absolute carnage. 45,000 resources lost for Mengsk and 17,000 resources lost for Karax. But absolute slugfest. But that is all in part of the memes, and that is GG.